Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? KaKashi here. Today in this video, we're going to talk about Kakashi Hatake, the double Sharingan version. We're going to be fully review his full kit. It took me a while before I actually tested everything out for him. And basically in this video, we're going to be going over everything. We're going to be talking about everything. And we're starting off with the ultimate right now because it's the most special thing that he has in his kit. So let's get going. So starting off with the iframes, because this is like the biggest topic you can like ever think of right now because everyone's talking about it. And yeah, the iframes is a huge deal because this is the first ultimate that actually goes through the iframes. And I'm not talking about the length of the animation of the ultimate, because that when we talk about that, it's Minato's ultimate, because Minato's ultimate has like 5 seconds animation time, and it basically waits for every iframer to finish their iframe and then kill them. Basically, Kakashi doesn't do that. He doesn't even wait for anyone. He's a savage. He just like goes with his shurikens inside the iframe and kill the enemy inside the iframes. That applies to a lot of characters like Madara with both of his iframes. By the way, the Uchiha reflection does not reflect anything. He dies right away. There's Hinata as well with the longest animation of an iframe in the game. She dies instantly. For people who are asking about the new iframes, like Kakashi's iframe, by the way. So Kakashi has an iframe in his 4-star Jutsu, the lightning blade. So this is also included. He kills a Kakashi using his iframe in the lightning blade. There's iframes that cannot be killed, like Saratobi when he summons Enma. That is quite special because you cannot even target the Saratobi when he is inside the iframe. I mean, when he summons Enma, he is basically replaced by Enma, and it's not possible to actually kill him because you're going to be hitting Enma, and Enma is not an actual player in the game. So yeah, he just survives that. The ultimates as well have an iframe, and that is not included in the ability to kill iframers. So ultimates are safe from Kakashi's shuriken. Now the second question is, how many hits is it possible to do with the Kakashi's Hataki's ultimate? It's actually 2 hits. A lot of people are saying 4 because in the animation before the actual gameplay of the ultimate, you see 4 shurikens, but it's just 2. And that's basically double the damage because each of the shurikens have the full damage. So he does basically with his ultimate 200% of the total damage. And you will be able to see a footage right now that was actually in the live stream from 2 days ago. We basically tried level 1 Kakashi with only his ultimate against Hokage Naruto with 30,000 HP, and you can see right there it's only 2 hits, and I'm gonna slow it down for you like really slow so you can see it's only 2 hits, and that's it. So basically 2 hits, and yeah, basically every one of the 2 hits has the full damage, so he does 200% total of the full HP or the full damage. Next up we have the range. Now the range is quite impossible to calculate because his shurikens go pretty much in different directions. When there's a target, when there's no target, it goes in a straight line. So here's the thing, here's what I actually understand. If there's no target, both the shurikens are gonna go in a straight line, exactly the same as Conan's ultimate. And basically they have some kind of 5 blocks in the front, or 5 squares in the front, and they're gonna cover the whole map until they hit the border of the wall. So this is the range of his ultimate without any targets. If there's a target, the shurikens are actually gonna cross out, and the point of the crossing is gonna be the target. So they're gonna go in a crossing ways, and the target is gonna be where the 2 shurikens hit each other. And yeah, basically he does double the damage there to that single target that he hits, and everything behind that enemy in the range of the shurikens, because the shurikens, by the way, are not gonna go in a straight line after that. They're just gonna go in separate ways, and it all depends, by the way, where you stand away from the enemy you targeted, or from which angle you actually attacked. So it's completely random. You can actually never calculate how it works, but you can know for sure that that character that you actually targeted is gonna die anyway, because I mean, unless they use their ultimates. So if you hit them with your shurikens, you're gonna kill them even if they use an iframe, unless of course that iframe is an ultimate. So it's a 100% you're gonna kill any character that you actually target. But then in the last room, it's gonna be a problem because there's 4 characters and you're not sure how to calculate the distance or the range to actually get all the 4 characters at the same time, because basically this ultimate is more of a single target ultimate. The next question is, how much damage can he do with level 1 ultimate? And this is a question, a very important question for the next Sam. So at level 1, as I mentioned, he does double the damage, 200% of the total damage that he normally does with his ultimate. And that's, by the way, using every good attack card that I have and the 4 red kunais, because his ultimate nature is lunge. So you need the 4 red kunais to boost his ultimate with 32% extra damage. So at the end of the day, you're going to get 68,000 to 70,000 damage, and that's without criticals. With criticals, of course, it's going to go over 100,000. That's, by the way, at level 1. And you're gonna have to multiply that by 5, because if he's a special shinobi, he is gonna be a special shinobi for Sam number 12. So you're gonna multiply his attack by 5, and yeah, there are other factors, like if you are the host of the game, you're gonna get an extra 50% damage. So you can just calculate it there that he's probably gonna be able to do around maybe 500,000 to 700. Sorry, 500,000 to 700,000 damage per hit, and that's, you're gonna have to do double. So you have to 2 shurikens, so that's pretty much around 1.5 million. So it's pretty much almost around the same damage that Obito did in the last Sam. Maybe he's gonna actually do double the damage, because I mean, Obito basically had the same amount of damage anyway at level 1. So yeah, it all depends now on the cooldown, and the cooldown is half. So basically you're gonna be able to actually do 4 times damage as you did with Obito in the last Sam. So that's one thing you need to know. The next thing is, since his ultimate goes in a straight line without any target, so if you use his ultimate at the very beginning and the Sam boss is like right in front of you, he didn't go right or left, and this never happens, by the way. Like someone like the Kyuubi, the best thing he can do is like he goes back, and that's still in the same line as you are. The shurikens are actually gonna hit pretty much every single part that he faces, that the shurikens face in their way. And that's pretty much gonna work exactly like Conan's ultimate, because that's how Conan's ultimate worked. Like in Sam number, I think it was Sam number, let me remember, Sam number 6, I think, or 5 probably. Yeah, it was Sam number 5, and yeah, you could actually hit all the targets or the parts of the enemy during your ultimate, using your ultimate. And that's pretty much going to be the same for KaKashi, so expect a lot of damage from KaKashi. I would say, I mean, he's probably going to do a lot of damage. Maybe not the best for the next Sam. There might be an even better character coming up, like Sasori or Mitsuki with the recut. And as you can see, their ultimates from the leaks, of course, their ultimates are going to be like 100 puppets or the million snakes or whatever. So you can see that the words say that there's going to be a multi-hit ultimates in this month. So these might actually be better options than KaKashi, but KaKashi for now is actually really solid. He's actually going to be way better than Itachi and Minato were in Sam number 10. So if you have his ultimate, I guess this is like everything you need for the next Sam, in my opinion, and you probably don't need to bowl much unless you're going to go for high ranks. But then again, it's Toby's ultimate probably that's going to be coming in Sam number 12, so it's not really needed to pull a lot of ultimates or different ultimates for the next Sam anyway. So I guess KaKashi's ultimate is going to be good enough for the next Sam, and it's going to do a lot of damage anyway. The last point we're going to be talking about here about the ultimate is how to evade it in attack mission, because a lot of people are having this problem where they don't know how to evade his ultimate using their iframes. Iframes don't work anymore against his ultimate, and his ultimate is very fast. How to evade this? It's very easy. There's 2 simple ways to do that. You just have to be right in front of him as soon as he summons the Susaru. Just click on your teleport, if you have teleport, of course. You're gonna be teleporting to the other side, and his shurikens are gonna be on the other side, and the other sides that you left, and basically, bam, you don't have any damage from there. So this is one way. The other way is to just keep your distance, stay away from him, and when he uses his ultimate, the shurikens take some kind of time before they actually get to you, and you can just move right or left. Like the range is not that huge, and the target, since you are the target, there's that point where you are standing is where the shurikens are gonna cross. So the target is actually like the range of the shurikens are gonna be much smaller because the two shurikens are gonna be colliding, and the range is gonna be smaller. So you just have to go right or left, and the shurikens will not hit you. So it's very simple. You just have to be kind of awake when the ultimates get working. Okay, before we move on to the next part of the video where we talk about the ninjutsu, the Kamui Shuriken at level 1, I just want to go over the facts, the regular facts or the simple facts of the ultimate. At level 1, it has 70 seconds cooldown. Not that great cooldown, but it's still okay, better than the 120 seconds we have been getting on every ultimate so far. Yeah, 70 seconds at level 1. If you level it up, by the way, every level you get rid of 2 seconds. So at level 2, it's gonna be 68. At level 8, which is max level, is going to be at 56, and the base power is 4500, pretty cool, and the CP cost is quite high. 400 is a little bit too much, but of course if you max the abilities, the CP cost goes down, probably around 300 or even less. So yeah, it does a lot of damage if you hit the target, so the ultimate is not really the worst. It's still not the best either. For the next Sam, it's gonna be good. Not really good, but it's gonna be good enough, in my opinion. Next up, we have the Lightning Blade Double Charge. So this is a really cool jutsu, in my opinion. It has a better animation than the ultimate. I mean, you can't even really see the animation of the ultimate. You can't even see the Kamui in there. So this is basically some kind of a rip-off of the original Sasuke's Black Chidori. Black Chidori, by the way, was even cooler than this. But yeah, this is an attack, a very rare jutsu attack that is divided, like the full damage is divided over the 2 hits here. The critical hit rate is 45%, which is quite cool. CB cost is 100, which is a lot in my opinion. And the cooldown is 5 seconds. So, by the way, the first hit doesn't have an iframe. If you use your jutsu, or this jutsu, the first hit, the actual lightning blade attack, doesn't have an iframe. The second one, which is the part that got ripped off Sasuke's Black Chidori, has an iframe because Black Chidori has an iframe as well. So yeah, you get the point. Only the second part has the iframe, and if you use your ninjutsu or this ninjutsu, you just have to time it right, because normally when you have an iframe jutsu, you basically just use it on the right time. This one, you just have to use it like 1 second earlier than you need it, which can be quite hard because sometimes you don't expect what is coming your way, so you want to use it. You want to use your iframe, but then it's kind of too late because you still need to do the first hit and then jump to the second hit, and by the time you actually, like, before you actually get to the second hit, you're probably going to be dead. So yeah, not the best iframe in the game, but it's still there and you can still, yeah, like, make use of it, because there are characters that have that are very deadly, and their animation of their ultimate is very long. Like for example, the C4 for Deidara, it's a very long animation. You can actually time the iframe here right. If you time it right here, you can actually kill. You can actually like evade the C4 effect without a problem if you, of course, use your iframe. Like if you use this attack 1 second earlier before the C4 hits. So next up we have the lightning blade, or the lightning cable, and this is actually a very good jutsu, which is really weird because this jutsu can go through walls, and it basically has shadow clones in it. This never happened before, like no shadow clones can go through walls. It doesn't make sense to me, but 2 of his shadow clones have the chidori in their hands, and they have a cable in the middle. Anything that is in the middle of this cable gets paralyzed in a short time. Short time is like 3 seconds, and yeah, it goes through walls. There's no limit. It's exactly like the ultimate. The ultimate has no limit. Only the borders of the floor are the limit, and you can just use them from anywhere. You don't really care. You don't really have to care about the walls. So this is pretty much the best thing about the lightning cable, and of course the paralyze effect is really cool. Yeah, that's basically everything that I can tell you about it. It doesn't have, by the way, the ability to activate traps. That would have been so OP, to be honest, because as I mentioned, it goes through walls. And if you can do that, you can just like scan the whole freaking floor without actually going through it or even going through the walls. So I mean, it doesn't make sense to add both effects to one ninjutsu here. And last but not least, the mud wall, which is actually pretty much the worst part of his sketch. You basically summon a mud wall that stays there for like 2 seconds, and it counters every attack that is coming from the front. Attacks that like cover the whole map don't count. They're gonna kill you anyway. Like the C4, for example, the effect is gonna get to you even if you have the wall in front of you, because well, the C4 covers the whole freaking map. And the same thing, by the way, for Obito's Ten Tails. So it only covers you from attacks that like come from the front and can be stopped normally by a wall. So if there's an ultimate or an attack that actually goes through walls anyway, it's gonna get through the wall. And you can use it, by the way, to just do damage, because it does damage in case the enemies are standing on the spot where it gets summoned, and it goes through walls. So it goes only through the small walls, I would say, and it does quite some okayish damage. Not the best, but in case you want to like damage an enemy that is attacking you like right in front of you, you're not gonna do damage to them because the wall has some kind of distance between you and the wall, and that distance is where the enemy is, and he doesn't get damaged. You are just literally sitting there on your knees, summoning the wall, and the enemies are like attacking you or doing something that you don't really want to get into your mouse. But yeah, basically, you just don't want to use this mod wall. I'm really hoping that he gets a new cat very soon to get rid of this mod wall because it's really bad. But yeah, everything else in his cat is pretty okay. I wouldn't say it's like trash as I called him in the live stream, as everyone called him so far, but he's not really that trash. He's actually an okayish character. If you like him, to be honest, go ahead and pull for him. He's not a bad character. Pretty sure he's going to be really good for the next Sam. I mean, the whole game is about having fun. If you like something, go ahead and pull for it. The rates, by the way, are not bad. I did some kind of free rolls because I don't have the two rare jutsus in my main account. So every time I did a re-roll, I actually got the ultimate in the first roll, and I got the 4-star like multiple times, and of course one of the rare jutsus, which by the way I had to do like 2 or 3 re-rolls to get the rare jutsus and not the ultimate, because I already have the ultimate. But yeah, yeah, basically the rates are not bad. There is some weird rates for the 2-stars though, because I feel like there is a lot of 2-stars in there, but I'm not gonna really ask about that anymore. KaKashi overall is not bad character. He's not trash. He is okay. Not the best. Not what anyone would expect. I mean, it's a base. What is it called? A base cat. He's gonna probably get a new cat soon. By the way, the best thing that I like about him is his profile. Like when you use him in your profile as your favorite or the fragments, like this lightning in his hand is very cool, and of course the way he jumps into the when he uses the jump skill. By the way, he just like does some kind of Olympiad thing, whatever. I just like his jump, and there's also one thing that I forgot to mention, which is his regular attacks. His regular attacks are quite different from other regular attacks because he gets more CB back when he attacks enemies. Like he doesn't like always get more CB back, but he has the ability to get, and instead of just 10 CB back with one hit, 20 or 30. Like the 30 has a quite high chance, but the 10 is there and the 20 is there, and also the 30 is there. So it's possible to get, when you attack an enemy with your regular attack, to either get 10, this is the regular CB that you get back normally, or 20 or 30. So this is by one head, by the way. So you get the point. His regular attacks are actually quite good. I was actually hoping that he gets a better regular attacks, like he would have a Kamui or the Chidori normally as in his cat. But yeah, it's just regular attacks that give you more CB or randomly give you more CB than a normal character would do. So again, overall KaKashi is not a bad character. If you want to bull for him, go ahead and bull for him. It's just he's not going to be good for attack mission as a main character because you're going to have a lot of troubles in the last part of the game. In defense, by the way, he's really aggressive. He can actually kill you in case there's some good traps in his floor where you like stop the movement or like decrease the movement of the enemy. It's just gonna make everything easier for him. He like destroys the enemies in defense. As a support character, he's really bad. As a main character in attack mission, is really bad as well. In the Sam, in my opinion, he's gonna be good. Maybe not the best again, but he's actually gonna be good. So if you like him, again, go ahead and pull for him. He's not the best character in the game. He's not the best character in the game. He's like his kit is not the best as a base kit, but I'm really looking forward to a recut for him because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a really cool recut. So this is it for this video, guys. Sorry about that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on the next video.